Second week of qualifying has been and gone then, and after last week we needed it to be a good one. If you watched my last video, sorry, you'll have seen that I got 38 out of 40, which is a pretty solid start, but it's nothing special. I did say last week in the video that I reckon that qualifying will be 153 out of 160 to guarantee it, so you're looking at no less than 38 losses per week, maybe with a 39 or of course a 40 thrown in there to make your life easier. Anyway, in the last 30 seconds you've just seen my team. I don't think I made any changes. I'm pretty sure last week I had the prime lone Ronaldinho, didn't I? So I had him for 20 games. And then I had the normal Ronaldo for a bit. I messed up a little bit. I was using normal Ronaldo, thinking qualifying season you have to have Ronaldo, but no, the 95 Neymar is much better. And I don't think I'll be switching away from 95 Neymar until I can afford the Team of the Year Ronaldo, which is about 5 million coins, which isn't going to be for a pretty long time. But 95 Neymar, there's no reason to change. I made a big mistake last week. I'm not saying that's why I lost. I think I lost it 20 last week, didn't I? But when I had the normal Ronaldo, but I don't know what it is actually this year. Ronaldo just doesn't feel that good to me at all. I'm guessing people say his Team of the Year card is the best card in the game, and if you look at the stats, surely it is. But I don't know what it is. It doesn't feel. I know it's fair. His pace in real life has started to deteriorate, and it's reflecting that in the game. He just feels a bit stiff and slow to me. Obviously when you get through he's always going to score, but yeah, so anyway, it's the same team as always. You may have saw my instructions at the start as well, just the usual ones: striker, getting behind, nothing else, nothing on the cams, 2 CDMs just to stay back, and the fullbacks. Actually, this week I didn't not only have the fullbacks on balance, I had the fullbacks on always overlap, and for the majority of my games it did feel pretty good. I mean, I've got 2 pretty decent attacking fullbacks. Obviously got the prime Roberto Carlos, and I've got the second in form monthly reward for Fewc. Both got good passing and crossing stats. Both, I think Carlos is high work rates, for Fewc is high medium. So yeah, I mean, they're both pretty decent going forwards and always overlap. It's not something I've ever tried before, but I tried it this weekend and it worked pretty well for the majority of my games anyway. So my team was pretty much sorted. I mean, the only improvement I'm looking to make really is getting rid of that 86 Hullet. Now, I must have mentioned this in previous videos. I am seriously not a fan of that Hullet. I got him for, was October. October was the first month before Champs this year, wasn't it? Finishing the top 100 in October this year. Obviously, you get a free icon with your monthly rewards every month. And when I packed that Hullet, I thought, wow, you know, he's worth like 1.4 million coins. What a player! I'm so lucky that that's a player who can be in my rewards, be in my team for a pretty long time. But no, he's terrible. One of the worst players I've used. So anyway, into the gameplay now. I'll stop rambling on about my team. This guy, I came against this guy at 27-0. I didn't really have many hard games up until this point. Well, I don't know if I can even call this a hard game. This guy from minute 1 played for penalties. He passed it round at the back. You'll see the possession stats at the end. Just passed it round, kept the ball, did not even try to attack. But I managed to intercept it and go 2-0 up early-ish in the second half. So I thought, right, usually against a time waster, that's game over, isn't it, going 2-0 up? But no, not on this occasion. He subs on prime Fewc, and all of a sudden there's a massive shift in the game. He scores a first goal from pretty bad defending, and then after that, his favourite thing, momentum kicks in. He has a shot straight down the middle of the goal, and De Gea doesn't fancy saving it, and we are at 2-2. So into extra time, absolutely blatant penalty here, not given. Son gets up, squares it for an open goal. Well, would have been an open goal if it wasn't for Alloa. Hit it against him, and that was pretty much the last time I touched the ball in this game. As you're seeing here, this was a lovely player. What a great sportsman he was. Yep, he did this for the entirety of the second half. I have speeded up the the speed of the footage to try and not bore you, but yeah, that was it. That was pretty much the last time I touched the ball, and into penalties we went. Now, was it last week I won a penalty shootout? Yeah, last week I did actually win a penalty shootout, which was a pretty rare occurrence for me. But when someone time wastes to the extent that this guy did, and when you've had a game where, well, just when you get scumbagged really, when someone plays horrible FIFA, you know you're in trouble when it goes to penalties. But into 4-all, last penalty of the shootout, I'm thinking, yeah, I've done pretty well here. Scored 4 out of 4. If I'd have saved one, I'd have been in a good position. But no, my favourite player, 86 Hullet, straight down the middle, and we lose our first game this weekend at 27-0, taking us to 27-1. And those are the stats. 61% possession against a guy like me who dominates the ball 90% of his weekend league games. So yeah, big thumbs up to that guy. What a player, what a sportsman. I hope you enjoyed that win to help you get gold 1. I hope it was worth keeping the ball for the entire of extra time. Anyway, I think this was just 2 games later. We come up against a pretty decent guy. Although anyone's going to look pretty decent if you're 86 Hull, it's going to give the ball away in your own half and leave yourself to be sliced open. He also gives us a nice dab, as a lot of the weekend league players seem to do. But I was all over this guy pretty much. He couldn't really get out. And Neymar with a drag back yet again. I don't know how many drag back goals I scored this week, and it really is an overpowered technique. When you turn one way and drag back the other, it's really hard to stop. But this guy's going to get a counter again. I think I didn't see it at the start. I think it was the player of the month salad that he had. Either way, I was really struggling to deal with him. I mean, to be fair to me, for that goal there, I don't think I did much wrong. I switched to Ramos just at the right time, but the game didn't fancy tackling him. And in this case, I did not switch at the right time. That was pretty poor defending, and he makes it 3-2. But our old friend, the kick-off, it seems that as time goes on, the kickoffs it's becoming more and more apparent that it's not actually fixed. Don't get me wrong, it's an improvement, but yeah, still pretty broken, still far too easy to score. 85th minute now, he breaks through with that sub, 84, Leon Bailey, bangs it bottom corner, and we have 2 losses in 3 games. Looking at the stats, I dominated the ball, I had pretty similar amount of chance. I deserved at least a draw, but no complaints. He played properly till the end. And this left us on 29-2, and at best we were going to get to 38. Now, a couple of games from the end, we come up against this. Now, see you later. How can someone who expects to qualify, or thinks he's going to qualify, defend like that? R9 sends Fewc for a paper, and he makes it 1-0. Just after that, I think he actually flew past Fewc again. Mistimed attack, man. He goes 2-0 up. This guy had a pretty decent team, and he's a pretty decent player with a pretty decent team, which is a bad combination when you're trying to hang on to a 38-2. But we do manage to get back into it. Neymar again. I don't know how many. I should really start keeping track and counting, or at least recording how many goals my players are scoring these weekends. It just feels like Neymar scores and assists almost every goal. But shortly after that, he makes it 3-1. 3 decent goals, and he takes a deserved 3-1 lead into the break. And then this. At this point, I knew it was just a case of, well, I was just in an absolute stinker of a situation, to be honest. I did manage to get one back here. Neymar with a drag back goal again. Like I said, it's pretty much undefendable, in my opinion, anyway. After this, I switched to 4-4-2, and again we fly forward. Mane cut him open, and we make it 4-3. With 70 minutes to go, and I think, right, the comeback is almost certainly on. I'm at least going to get one more big chance, and here that chance is. Son, lucky rebound into Neymar, free shot and goal. They need to fix that. They have to fix that. Try to do a first time finesse shot. Obviously you hold down the R1, don't you, to do a finesse shot, but of course holding R1 when the ball comes to your feet is also dummy. So instead of hitting a first time free shot, which with that name I'm going to say is a 99% goal, he actually dummies it, and we lose the chance. And the guy, time wasted, can't blame him, fair enough. He time wasted for the remainder of the game, and we lose it 4-3. We now have 3 losses, 5 for the month. 5 for the month? Yes, 5 for the month, meaning we can now only lose 2 games in our remaining, at this point it was 82 matches, which is not a situation you want to be in. But luckily we did get a pretty easy final game, and it left us on this 37 wins and 3 losses. Pretty poor weekend, in fact a pretty shocking weekend. Couldn't have been much worse, to be honest. At this point, when I finished my games on Sunday night, I was 66 in the world, already out the qualifying places, but by the time I woke up on Monday morning, I was completely out of it. I wasn't even in the top 100. So big improvements need to be made. I need to find a way to get rid of the 86 hullets. I need to find something, because I really am in trouble now. I need to win 78 of my remaining 80 matches to be guaranteed. 77 might give me the tiny chance, but even my skill rating's not the best, because with, you know, following Borough, having a Borough season ticket, going out Friday, Saturday, doing things, having a social life really, I do cramp a lot of my games in on a Sunday night, so my skill rating is quite poor. So big efforts and big changes are going to be needed to be made in the next couple of weeks, but hopefully we can do it. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Pretty disappointing video, but it is what it is. We'll have to see what we can do next week. If you've enjoyed it, please drop a like and subscribe. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think I can change. And I will see you all in, well, next week, when hopefully I'm bringing you some better results. See ya.